I just got home and look who came up to greet me. Well, and Livy too. Yeah, I quit locking them up. Oh, so they get to pretty much roam and do whatever they want. They stay on the land for the most part, I think. So I still got a lot of cleaning up to do. It's more obvious in the winter. I'm gonna fix that yard up for a corral for these guys. And then I'm gonna make a yard right here for like a sick yard. So if I need to quarantine any of them, it'll be up front. But this here was going to be like a wood splitting yard. But since our sustainable community crap was a bust, I'm not sure what I'm doing now. I'm just kind of regrouping, figuring it out. I'm just gonna probably raise goats and cats, maybe some sheep. They say sheep are easier. This one guy I'm following. Oh shit! Somebody broke this. Probably the goats. Who broke that? Damn it. They definitely broke it from the outside, whoever did it. Oh, get back. You're not allowed in here. Get back. Move this pallet in front of this deal. I'll come back and clean up the glass later. Get down. Might have to lock the goats up. Hey, hey! Well, that wasn't David's smartest idea. Hey, cats. Who's pooping up here? You know what? Hang on. I'm gonna keep the goats from trying to break in here. I'm gonna go feed them first. They want in here for some reason. What's the problem? Come on. Let's go eat. Want some grain? So yeah, Goats can be a pain in the butt. They're really, really smart, very independent, and strong-willed. So if you can outsmart a goat or whatever, if you can handle goats, then you're pretty, I don't know, you're on top of things, I guess. They will definitely keep you on your toes, you know. So they're not really that difficult, generally speaking. I've had very little problems or trouble with them. However, occasionally you get an unruly one, like this one. She lost her collar already. What'd you do with your collar? So I'll have to find her collar and put it back on her. What happened to your collar? Looked like she got caught on something, maybe. Or maybe it was too tight. She's probably the smartest one out of the 5. Between her and Paul, they're the ringleaders. But she's definitely more alpha out of all the females. I might have to get rid of her. I don't want to, but I might have to. Because you don't want your animals to dominate you. You want them to be strong enough to protect and guide and whatnot the herd, but not against your will. You want them to work with you, not against you. And she works against me. What's this? I don't know where that came from, but it almost looks like somebody's trespassing again. I had 2 things last time I was home that made me think someone was on the property. And now there's another 2 things. And like this door being open. So I'm gonna have to put a trail cam back here to see why this is the second time this door's been open. Figure out what's going on. It looks like 2 of my fish died from the cold. 3 of the fish died. 4 of the fish died. The rest are still alive. Sorry, that'll be cat food. Here, Fluffy. I'm gonna go feed the goats first. Then I'll come back and get you guys. Alright. Checking on things since it looks like somebody might be trespassing. See what document stuff. Might just be the goats, it might be coons. Judas, David Ray blamed everything on the coons. Oh, the coons must have did it. when it was actually him doing probably most of it. Coons probably did some of it. I'll give the Coons credit for some of the stuff, but they couldn't have done everything, you know. But, you know, when you have a backstabbing Judas on your property, you never know what's going to happen. And then they blame it on the raccoons, blame everything on the raccoons. Or they'll be like, oh, somebody's trespassing. Motherfucker, it was you the whole time, trying to make it look like somebody's trespassing. It's like over at Cindy's. He kept insisting on the neighbors were trespassing on her property. There's no evidence, none. Then I kick him off this property. He goes and stays at Bill and Shirley's property. And then all of a sudden, there's evidence of somebody trespassing on her property. And she lives like not even a mile from Bill and Shirley. All these years, he's been trying to convince her that the neighbors have been doing it, but they haven't been. And then all of a sudden, now something's happening. So they're already pooping on my brand new board. Now all of a sudden, something's happening. And, you know, oh, it's got to be the neighbors. The neighbors are trespassing. Well, they weren't trespassing all these years. There's only evidence of it since you moved over here. And that just reinforces the idea that maybe he was doing it over here. So, and trying to sabotaging me and blaming it on neighbors or trespassers when it was really him the whole time. Callie, your wound was getting better. Now it looks like it's getting worse again. What's up with that? I don't know. It doesn't look too bad. Just a little swollen. Have to give her some more medicine. All right. This is my new floor for the cat house. I'm still working on it. But the cats have already pooped all over it. 3 places. Maybe more. But anyways, it's a lot more solid than what it was. And after I get this one in, then I'll basically finish all the way up. And then I'll do foamcrete over here in the corner, or maybe even sawdustcrete, or something, you know, something to kind of just fill this in and kind of give it some insulation, you know, wherever it's rotting out. I might have to put some more Gecko roof on the roof, but only over here I think is a problem, but I'm not sure. And then reinforce this door because it's starting to come apart. But anyways, give Callie some medicine, feed these guys, and then go up front and feed the cats up front. Okay, bye. Well, I kind of screwed up. I fed the goats first, but probably shouldn't have, because now they wanted to follow me back up front. And I really would rather them stay back there. So I had to feed them again to distract them so they wouldn't follow me up front. But they're pretty smart. Once they're done eating, they'll probably come up front anyways, because they'll probably figure that's where I went. But yeah, if you can outsmart a goat, then you're pretty smart. And it's a challenge sometimes. It's a challenge. But I do pretty good for the most part. At least I think I do. I don't have too much trouble with them. So I'm pretty sure it was probably the goats that broke this glass up here. They love that grain. There's plenty of food here for them to eat. So I don't give them grain very often, but I do give it to them when I'm home. And grain is a good way to control them, to get them to do what you want them to do, and go where you want them to go, or not go. In this case, I put some extra grain down for them so that they wouldn't follow me up here. But, yeah. I'm mostly just letting them run for the winter, but so they don't get malnourished. But it may not have been the best idea, because now I got this I got to deal with. But you know, that was Judas's idea, and he's supposed to be smarter than a goat, but apparently he's not either. So, who knows? Still working on this greenhouse. I put down all the biodegradable trash, so now I just got to cover it up. And then I'm going to get my tomatoes on that side ready for spring. And now I got to fix that window. Oh yeah, the spinner's not spinning. So it's about 2/3 full. So I'll feed them, and then I'll go do what I got to do. Yep, sure enough, they followed me up here anyways. They're smart. You know what's going on. I'm gonna have to protect my blackberries, keep them from eating them down. What's left of them. So like I said, I'm pretty sure the goats are the ones who broke that glass. So yeah, you just gotta, they'll learn you what you gotta do in order to protect your stuff. My fortified energy drink. Get the keys to my pickup truck. So what Judas should have done when he put this glass on the greenhouse was he should have put a pallet or something up against it, because the other side he put that metal, and that protected them from breaking it or whatever. I got some discount Christmas lights and stuff from Walmart after Christmas. I'm gonna probably put them up at Kaplinger for lighting. And I got these solar powered lights from Harbor Freight on discount. I'm gonna put in the greenhouse. And I'm actually thinking about running to Springfield again anyways. And I'm getting 4 more and putting them on the fence in the driveway so that I'll have another marker for the driveway. I mean, I got enough to do that, but then I wouldn't be able to do the greenhouse. Then I got grow lights for Kaplinger. What am I here after? This is what I'm here after. So now I gotta figure out what I did with the screws. I'll fix their wagon. I still gotta replace that glass now, but it's not a huge ordeal. Got a bunch of crap in the back of here I gotta clean out too. And here. Got a solar powered light there I need to put up. I got that a long time ago, and Judas was supposed to put it up, but he never did. So, yeah. Yeah, they can eat weeds. I don't want them to be eating grain all the time. I mean, it's good for them, the stuff that I get, but it's expensive. And they don't, like I said, they don't need to be eating it all the time. It's not good for them to be eating it all the time. Just don't know what I did with those screws. They gotta be in the white truck because they're not in this one. And my other pickup truck's in the shop. But I don't think it's in here. Maybe I put it in the green shed. Oh crap, I forgot to lock my container up. Yeah, don't look like anybody's been in here. Because, yeah, I got my chainsaws. Those are expensive. So if somebody is trespassing, they're sneaking in the back way. They're not coming up here where they can be seen. But I got trail cams up here. I don't have them in the back. But I will soon, so I can see what's going on. Yeah, I need to not forget to do that. I very rarely forget to lock it up. Very rarely. So yeah, I probably put the screws over in here. Once I get the caplinger place fixed up, I'll be putting all my car tools over there, and that'll free up a lot of space. What do you want? I keep walking on the gravel. It'll help trim your hooves, so I don't got to, or I won't have to as much. I need to build them like a rock mountain, so they can play King of the Mountain, and that'll help trim their hooves too. Oh, persimmons. Yep. She almost got it. Get it, get it. Oh, she got one. All right. Oh, there we go. I like them all dried up persimmons. I'll even eat the little twigs off the persimmons because I guess the twigs taste pretty good too. Hey, you want some help with that? Here, Ramsey. Come here, Ramsey. Oh, here it is. You'll eat it off the tree, but not out of my hand. She's like, no, forget you. Come here, Ramsey. Trying to win her affection. Good girl. That's it. That's the last of them. You did drop a couple. Here's one here. Yeah. Oh, here's another one. Yeah. Oh, here's another one. See, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a bad guy. Oh, here's another one. Yeah. She don't like me being me petting her. She'll hook me with them horns. I don't got no more food. I think that's it. That's all she wrote. Ramsey. Oh, watch it. Don't touch me. No touchy. So I found the screws. They were in a green shed. So I'm gonna go fix this thing. And I'll have to come back later and replace the glass. Got glass over here. Might be able to replace it with one of these. I don't know. We got a lot of junk around here. I gotta clean the place up. But I'm only home 2 days a week. So I can only do so much, but I'm working on it. Ooh. Oh yeah, here we go. I can use one of these to cover it up. Maybe. Those are too big. Oh, perfect, right there. I'm gonna get that one, take it over there, and I'll replace the old one with that one. That should fit. Alright, I got my hands full. Alright, the goats are trying to figure out how to get in there now that I got them locked out. And Judas was smart enough to have this thing set up to where we could keep the goats out of this area. But he should have finished this area so we didn't have to worry about this. But he's lazy. Smart but lazy. So I gotta clean up his messes. But anyhow, this ain't the right size window, but what I'm gonna do temporarily, because I mean I'm gonna replace all this anyhow. So it will fit over the hole. You know, this is creating somewhat of a barrier. So basically have this level-ish, and I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna, if I don't break the glass in the meantime, I'm gonna set this up where it needs to be over the hole, and I'm gonna screw it to this pallet, and then I'm gonna screw this pallet to the wall, and that'll keep the goats from breaking it again. If they get in here again. But yeah, what we should have did, hindsight 2020, put the glass up and then put pallets up to protect the glass, and then the sun can still come through and heat up the greenhouse, but the glass is protected from goats. But if you have sheep, they'll do the same thing. Sheep aren't as smart as goats, so they'll be reckless in a different way, you know, just because they're not smart or not as smart. Goats are too smart. What do you want? What do you want? Just trying to figure out how to get up on top of the greenhouse. That would be disastrous if they did. I see a pallet I probably need to move so they don't try to get up there. I might have to lock them up. They're getting me worried. Little do they know they can go underneath the plastic, but I ain't telling them that. Good thing they don't speak English. Miss Ramsey. That might be why her horns aren't as pointy as the others, because she likes to hook things. The previous owners probably rounded them down so she wouldn't hook. She wouldn't hurt anybody by hooking them. I might grind them down a little bit more. But they need those for protection. Just not against me. I could probably put this up over the glass. I might just do that instead. Yeah, eat them weeds. That's what I got you for. You're my weed eaters. And they're meat goats, but only these two young ones are old enough to butcher, or young enough to butcher. But I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna keep them for breeding. I'm gonna get one more goat, and it's gonna be a buck. And I'm gonna breed it with these guys. And I'm gonna eat their offspring. Yeah, that buckberry. Apparently, it tastes good in the winter. Once it freezes, it's kind of like hedge apples. Once it freezes, it actually starts tasting sweeter. It's got a lot of sugar in it, apparently, from this video I just watched. This guy who's got sheep and cattle. He said the buckberries have a lot of sugar, and so they're basically sugar content, and it's a good whatever for the sheep in the winter. A lot of people don't like weeds, but it's like, hey, this is food and medicine for the animals and us, for that matter. I mean, some of this stuff's good for us. Even, we won't eat it, but that's why we're sick and unhealthy half the time, because we're not getting the proper nutrients. Hey, Pivot, Mr. Pib. But yeah, people ask me what I grow. I tell them I just grow goat food, which is pretty much true. But I got some blackberries over there. I gotta put a fence or something around them to protect them, because come spring, I'm not gonna want the goats in there eating them up. So right now I don't care too much. But and I only got 5 goats. It's like I got 15 acres and 5 goats, so 2 acres per goat, right? No, it's 3 acres. Almost 3 acres per goat. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Wait, 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, 3 acres per goat. It's plenty of land. You can put up to 10 goats per acre. So if I had fencing, I could have more goats, but I gotta get my fencing done first. So like I said, I'm just gonna get one more goat, and it's gonna be a buck. And I'll breed it with these 4 nannies, and I'm gonna eat the offspring. Now that I got my Caplinger place set up, I could put the offspring in the deep freezer over a Caplinger. Bada boom. Bada bing. And I got a friend who raises sheep. I might be able to trade some goat meat for some sheep meat. And then I'll have both. Yeah. And I could probably trade some goat meat for some cow and chicken. So yeah, I have everything I need. Okay, bye. All right, I got that fixed. This is what David Ray should have did in the first place. Have the glass up high so the goats can't break it. So the bottom piece, I just left it there. I just covered up the middle piece and the bottom piece. And now it's protected. And I also got this pallet to double protect it. So, and it also kind of serves as a ladder. But, yeah. Now I'll just move this pallet here in front of this piece of glass so the goats don't break it. Because it looks like it's already been broken before. But this will protect that from the goats. There we go. Now all I gotta do is just clean up the mess from the glass, and I'll be good to go. Then finish cleaning up this mess. Basically, all this biodegradable crap is going on paper, is going in the greenhouse, and then all this mulch is going in the greenhouse. And I'm gonna cover up all this paper, all this trash with the mulch, and then it won't look trashy anymore. So there's enough mulch to cover this whole thing and then some. So it'll be nice in here once I'm done. And like I said, I'm going to do tomatoes along this wall. And I'm just going to have the 3, maybe 4 tables on this side. But I also thought about doing a raised bed garden in here. So maybe do the tables in the middle. And then do the raised bed on this side. But then again, I'd want access in there. So I'll probably just do 1 table here and a table there. And then do the 2 tables in the back. And then a table here. But this Judas had as like a place where he could mix dirt and stuff on a sheet of plywood. So I might keep utilizing that. Then he had this little short table to go in its place. I might just get rid of that. But anyway, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4 tables. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And then get rid of this one. And then I'll be good to go. So but I got to bring this dirt level up to the top of that 2x8. Once I bring it up, and I got to bring some water in for these fish. Once I bring it up, we'll be good to go. And if I continue the concept with the fish, then I'll have to dig another hole over here to put another barrel in for that. So, yeah. Yep. So I'll cover all this up, even the chickweed. But chickweed will be okay. And then whatever I don't cover up, I'll just move back there and or move to my blackberry or raspberry patch. And might just do that anyways. This cat wants to be in my face. At least he ain't got bad breath anymore. Yeah, I had bad breath, and so I got him some antibiotics and gave him a shot. He had a bad reaction to that shot, though, but he survived. He threw up a few times, but he made it. So that's why I like vaccines, but, you know, I probably shouldn't have said that word. I'll probably get censored now with YouTube. But anyways, yeah, the cat had a side effect from the shot, and I was worried about him, but he made it. He made it. He made it. He's a pain in the butt, but I love him. Pivot. Ah, get off my face. And that's what I do when he gets too annoying. Looks like they still got a little bit of ringworm, but not too bad. Hopefully it'll be gone by next year, but I'll probably just have to put more ringworm supplement in their diet or in their food, because obviously they don't got enough. The older cats are okay with it. It doesn't hurt them as bad, but kittens, definitely. Kittens. We lost all our kittens this year. Except for Pivot. He's the only, him and this guy and the black cat and Tails. They're the only kittens that survived. But they weren't born here. They were, ow. Pivot came from Kaplinger. And he was a little bit older already when he got it. And then the other ones, they didn't seem to get it at all. It's like they're already immune to it, which is good. If they get the females pregnant, maybe they'll pass on an immunity, diplomatic immunity. So who knows? But that's what they mean when they call it herd immunity. He's like, what the hell? You're a biter, just like Donna. He's like sniffing him and then he bites him. He's like, what the fork? Get away from me. Yeah, right there on his face. He's got the ringworm still. So anyways, and then Candy, she's got some ringworm on her face too. But overall, she's doing pretty good. All right, so I got that fixed. Next, all I got to do now is clean up the glass. And lesson learned: don't put glass down low where the goats can break it. What are you trying to jump on me for? Why always got to be on me? It's like, I want to be on you. I feel like I identify as a parrot and identify you as a pirate, and I want to be on your shoulder at all times. Arr, mateys. Arr. My parrot cat. It's nice and warm in here. All right, I gotta get back to work. All right, I got these from Harbor Freight, and they're not the same, but they have the same item number. I'm not sure which one's the older one and which one's the newer one, but I can tell you this. The one with the oval shaped solar panel is not as good as the one with the square solar panel. So there's a square one and there's the oval one. I like the square one better. So when I go back to buy 4 more, I'm going to make sure I get the square ones if they have them. I might even have my mom go and get the square ones for me in Kansas City. All right, so it looks like the darker one is the square one and the lighter one is the oval one. They're basically the same except for the quality's not as good on the oval ones as it is the square ones. Oh yeah, here's the oval shape right here. And this one didn't have a thingy, shape thingy. So the square ones are the better ones. Make sure you get the square ones, not the oval ones. I'm not a big Harbor Freight fan, but we'll see how these work. You know, it's just cheap lighting for the greenhouse. They were more expensive, but I got them on sale. They're like $10 a piece. So I went ahead and bought them. And for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for $50, basically I'll have unlimited lighting in here for the most part. And it's not super bright, but it's bright enough. Just that one was bright enough to where I could see in here at night. So with 5 of them, I'll be able to see a lot better at night in here. And I'm trying to get this greenhouse ready for spring and summer. You know, cleaning it. I already cleaned up all the garbage. The only garbage left in here pretty much is the biodegradable garbage. So I'm finishing with that. And I'm going to bring in the sawdust and the mulch next. That's my next project. Start bringing that crap in. So, and then I can start setting up my tomato cages on this side, and then set up the tables over here, and bada boom, bada bing. Okay, bye. All right, we're good to go. So this is my 13 dust. It's like 7 dust, but all natural. Got my solar panel LED rope lights set up. It's not perfect, but once I get the second layer of plastic in here, then what I'll do is I'll mount these to the 2x4s that I'm going to be mounting the plastic to. And then, no, I'm done. And then it'll be better because I won't have to wrap it. It'll be straight and it'll go all the way from end to end. So anyways, because I think these are 20 footers. 22 feet. Oh, the LED part is 16 feet, but the full length is 22. So it may not go the full length, but it'll go almost the full length. Because this 20, wow, that's probably pretty close to being the full length now. But anyhow, this will work. This will work. And then they're LEDs and it's solar. So pretty cool. So now all I got to do is start bringing the sawdust. I mean, not the sawdust, the mulch in. Start covering up all this paper. And then move these tables over there. And I'll be ready to rock and roll. And then I'll address this probably this summer. But I'm going to add on to this anyway. So eventually, I'm probably going to take this all out. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to basically hire someone to come in and put the second or third hoop on over here. And then that'll be, you know, a winter crop. You know, basically it'll just be for like lettuce and stuff like that. It'll just be open. Not like in here where I'll have tomatoes and whatnot in here. And then potentially, you know, there could be a wood stove or a heat source in here. So that we can keep it warmer in here in the winter. Although like right now, don't need to. But I'll have everything on a thermostat. So what I'm going to do is, this will be like the heating room element, whatever. And I'll have a pellet stove. I'll also have a propane heater in here. And then fans blowing the heat this way. And then I'll probably have electric heaters as well. But before I do that, I need to extend the hoop that way and put my solar panels and put a windmill up and put my battery bank on the inside of the other hoop that's going to be on that end. And then basically this will be more like a storage room, a prepping room. And if somebody did need to stay in the greenhouse for the winter, they could. But I wouldn't want them to move in and take over like David Ray did. That was insanity. But anyways, so yeah, so I'm working on it. For too long, you won't even recognize it. It'll be like, whoa. Before it was full of trash and dead plants. Now it's actually alive. Which that's what I'm working on. I got pretty much all the trash out, except for the paper, the biodegradable trash. You know, there's all kinds of garbage in here. Glass, plastic, metal, just garbage. I was digging garbage out of the soil. Whenever I dug up the so-called potatoes Judas had planted in the ground, which actually they didn't do very good. They just turned out to be seed potatoes, and that's it. So I got them over at Kaplinger growing so I can grow them next year or this year, I should say. But anyway, they're pretty much just seed potatoes. But as I was digging those up, I was finding more garbage in the dirt. It was crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, all this stuff's biodegradable. It looks like shit, but once I cover it up with the mulch and stuff, the worms and the bugs will help break it down, and then it'll turn into soil. And like I said, I'll have I'll have tomatoes on this wall. And then, like I said, if once I get the heat stuff going, then, maybe set up a propane tank out here and a pellet stove in here and get some solar panels. Well, I got solar panels, but I got to get them set up ideally. And then Judas stole my batteries. So they're not doing anything right now. But anyway, eventually, I'll get them hooked up and I'll have the pellet stove hooked to that. And then I'll have the propane heat in here as well. And everything will be on a thermostat, and it'll keep this greenhouse at a constant temperature. But before I do that, I want to put the second layer of plastic on here so I don't waste that heat like David Ray did. He just did everything half-ass. So I want to make sure this greenhouse is finished before I actually do that. So I won't be growing hardly anything in the winter except for maybe chickweed, because that likes to grow in the winter. Winter crop. I'll be doing winter crop in here in the winter, but not focusing on winter crop in the winter. Mostly I'm just going to do tomatoes on this wall. In the winter, I won't do anything unless it's like chickweed that's growing. And then I'll have tables in here where we can water stuff throughout the winter. But it'll have to be more winter crop type stuff. Anything that'll freeze and die, then we won't be able to grow it in here. Not yet. Once I get it done, then we can do that. So mostly I'm just getting it ready for spring so we can start using it for sprouts and getting the tomatoes growing. So what I'm going to do with the tomatoes is I'm going to take these tote cages. I'm going to take 3 tote cages and line them up here. And then I'm going to put these tomato cages on the inside. And then I'll plant the tomatoes inside the tomato cages. So they'll grow up inside the tomato cages. And the tote cages will help support the tomato cages so they don't topple over. And then I'll have a plethora of tomatoes. And basically, I'm just going to let them reseed. So any bad tomatoes, I'm just going to let them fall to the ground. And they'll be volunteers. They'll basically come up the next year. So yeah, that's how the cats come in and out. But they won't be able to do this for much longer. Like I said, I'm going to have this all more secure in the future. Right now, I'm just cleaning it up and fixing it up like a candy. Candy. Candy girl. She's the princess. She's funny. And Livy, she's spoiled too. They're all spoiled. I don't spoil them too much because I don't have time. But when I do spoil them. Okay, gotta get back to work. Oh, there's the goats.
6 hours later.
Hey, Livy. Alright, it's not totally dark out. I don't know if you can see anything because it looks dark on my screen. But we almost got a full moon. Tomorrow night is a full moon night. Which is kind of funny because, they're talking about we'll never forget January 6th, blah, 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 bullcrap. Well, tomorrow is January 6th and it's a full moon. And this cat keeps getting under my feet. I'm going to walk all over her here in a minute. Anyways, that's not my reason for making a video though. Cool thing is I can see where I'm going. I don't need my flashlight. And I didn't want to have my flashlight on because I just put those solar lights in the greenhouse today. And I wanted to see how good they work. Again, like I said, with the full moon night or almost full moon night, probably isn't the best night to test it out. But we're going to go check it out anyways. And, oh, I put that in front of the door. I'm sure Cindy wants to see it as well. I'm going over there to do taxes tonight. So I'm going to show her this video that I'm doing. So it's not super bright in here, but you can pretty well see. The moon and the lights. Yeah, they light up the place pretty good, actually. It's like I said, it's not uber bright in here, but I can see what I'm doing. I can see where I'm going. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'll get some better ones for the other half because over there, there's not as much whatever. And it's darker in there. So here I got more exposure to the sun in this room. So, but yeah, I'm really cool. I'm really happy that's working. And, but yeah, once I get my other hoop up, Pivot, quit climbing me. Once I get the other hoop up in the back and I get my solar panels and my windmill and my batteries up, then I'll have a lot more light in there. But that'll get me by. $50. Not too bad. Not too bad. Aye. All right, I'm gonna get my laptop, go over there. She's got my printer, so I'll go over there, do some printing, get all my tax papers in order for the New World Order, and then yeah, tomorrow I got appointments. Well, I gotta go to Bolivar and take care of some business. And then Cindy's cell phone's not working, so we got to take her to Verizon to see why her phone's messed up. And do some shopping. Then I'll come back here and get some more work done. All right, bye.